So, good day, everyone. The topic that we chose is increase in socio-emotional among youth. So, for the topic outline, we have the background of the topic. Second is the current situation in the Philippines. Third is statistical data. And the last one is guide question. First, we have the brief background and the current situation in the Philippines. So, adolescence is a unique and formative period in one's life. Adolescents are vulnerable to mental health difficulties due to physical, emotional, and social changes such as poverty, abuse, and violence. Adolescent health and well-being are dependent on avoiding adversity, developing social-emotional learning and psychological well-being, and ensuring access to mental health care. This includes improving coping, problem solving, interpersonal skills, and as well as learning to manage emotions. Protective and supporting settings of the family, school, and community are essential. The variety of circumstances influence mental health. The more risk factors teenagers are exposed to, the higher the potential influence on their mental health. Adolescent stress can be caused by adversity, peer pressure, and identity exploration. Media impact and gender stereotypes can aggravate the gap between the adolescents' actual reality and their perceptions or goals for the future. Our other major influences are the quality of their home life and their relationships with peers. So next, we have the current situation in the Philippines. The implications of mental health here in the Philippines are the dread and the anxiety of getting the virus, the suspension of physical classes, and the disruption of daily routines, and the decline in social support from school classmates all add to the load of children's mental health. The transition to online classrooms places an additional strain on children's mental health. Excessive use of these gadgets has been linked to developmental delays and sleep problems. Children who have pre-existing mental health issues and live in crowded households and communities confront even more difficult circumstances. Next, we have statistical data for the increase of social-emotional among youth. The Philippines received the greatest average score in the three domains, followed by Egypt, Pakistan, India, and Ghana. Gender was found to be associated with stress, educational status with sadness, and anxiety with stress. Students were linked to anxiety, and having close friends or relatives infected in COVID-19 was linked to sadness and stress levels. Self-destruction was the most prevalent coping method in the Philippines. The study's findings confirmed that COVID-19 lockdown has harmed young adults' mental health. The existence of negative coping methods utilized by youth in particular is an indicator of heightened level of stress, anxiety, and depression, and should be taken account when planning interventions for this demographic.
Here are the guide questions. Why did you choose this issue and what did you find interesting about it? Young people like us are busy working out who we are and where we fit in the world. As a youth that is still undergoing a lot of development to ourselves, we find this topic interesting because somehow we can relate to it. It is crucial to foster good social and emotional growth. This growth affects a child's perception of importance and value to people around him or herself, her confidence, empathy, and a capacity to form deep and lasting connections and partnerships. Mental health also plays an important role in a child's development. Most of us feel overwhelmed and stressed about different things that we need to accomplish, and a lot of pressure is often put on us. We chose this topic to emphasize and nurture the social-emotional changes among youth who are sometimes getting stigmatized by some Filipinos. What can you say about the initiatives or actions of our government to address your chosen issue? Upon researching the recent government's action to address this issue, we found out that there are minimal to no efforts by the government executed. Up until these days, youth are still having battles when it comes to their mental health and social-emotional well-being, which has been a problem for a decade. Mental health is a very vital role in everyone's life, so it should be prioritized and given attention. But sadly, it feels like our voices are being unheard.
How does this affect you and your family? What are their views regarding the issue? Mental illness often has a ripple effect on families, creating tension, uncertainty, stress, and sometimes significant changes in how people live their lives. In our family, I don't actually open up and share my feelings or emotions. It's easier for me to open up to the people who I really trust. In my opinion, the government should implement more programs and conduct more seminars that deal with this issue. Mental health issues should not just be taught in schools, but it should be taught to our parents in order for them to understand that when their child is expressing their feelings and emotions, it's not pag-iinarte. Instead, they just want to be heard to lessen the thoughts and sadness that has been bugging them. With this, children will not be afraid to express themselves because they know that they will be seen and heard. Moreover, they will also decrease the increasing socio-emotional issues here in the Philippines. In relation to the good citizenship values and Tomasian values discussed in the e-reads, what actions, measures can you do to make others understand and help address the issue? We can propose and conduct seminars and symposiums that deal with mental health issues to make other people understand that mental health is important matter and should be taken seriously. And these are the references that we used. Thank you for listening.